SST Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we usually break down one of the records and get into all that. But we're in SST season. We're doing a little loosey goosey format over here, and we're just going to kind of go through all the band's records in general, the band's history, and our top 5 favorite songs from Zen Arcade in this instance, and just the top 5 on Spotify for this band. Because this week, what are we doing, Jeff?
The Hüsker Dü's.
The Hüsker Dü's, yes. So this band, from St. Paul, Minnesota, hardcore band. We're on SST. They signed on SST early on in the 80s, and they put out 7 records, I believe. So we're going to kind of run through all that stuff as well. And then, like I said, give our top 5 songs from Zen Arcade, because that's really, everybody loves that record, and we love that record. And we'll go from there. But we're going to start with intro. Finish the intro. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. And that's what I have for the boring intro. So I had to throw it in there.
Pretty boring.
But we're going to start with our origin story. Origin story of Hüsker Dü. And I guess we're not even doing the first impressions. Let's just do origin story. Fuck it. Let's go.
Let's do it all.
Go.
Let's do it all at one time.
Let's do it all at one time.
6 degrees. I did my homework this week.
Oh, you didn't? I did not do my 6 degrees.
I did.
Okay,
I wanted to
6 degrees
do
of Tom DeLonge.
I wanted to do one for all the members of the bands, but then it was really hard to do it for. I can't remember which one it was. It was either Norton or Hart. Whichever one was way hard. Oh fuck! I'll just do Bob Mould, because he's done a lot of stuff. So anyway, Bob Mould is the main songwriter, maybe by choice or by strong arming everybody else. I don't know. Be that solo record. One of his later ones in like 2012 or 15. What did you open it? Coors Light?
Tall can of Bud have a buddy.
Damn. Bud Heavy? Sure.
Bud Heavy.
Sure.
Bud Heavy. There you go.
Sure.
Tall can boy. What is this, 25 ounce? I think Budweiser adds an extra ounce.
Because ain't no pussy, that's why.
Fuck no. Bud Heavies, baby.
That's probably a good marketing strategy. Just like normal tall cans are X ounces, right? Like, let's just add one more and say we're better. Like that would be cool.
It used to be that, but I don't know if it still is.
Those are not like I don't know, 20-ounce cans. Anyway, Bob Mould had a solo record in late 2010s ish that features a drummer called John Worcestershire.
Yes.
John played on a Rocket from the Crypt album, which also featured Adam Willard.
Adam Willard plays in Alkaline Trio. Matt Skiba was in Alkaline Trio, and also Blink 182. Blink to Tom. There you go.
And it was interesting because Adam stopped. I was just reading more about like why he left. Because why did he leave Rocket from the Crypt? And they had because this was the first record they didn't have Adam on, and they had Mario Rubalcava from Earthless fame, and also a ton of other bands too, who also follows my record store. Huge shout out.
No, it's
but the first record that Adam did after he left Rocket from the Crypt was Pat Wilson's solo record,
Special Goodness,
in 2003. There
you go. I like it.
That's cool. I like that. I don't know. That was cool. That's fun.
I like that too. Great record too. Special Goodness record. Great.
It was solid. It was good. Yeah. I have it on the vinyls. I love it.
Do you? Oh, well, that's
I do.
Cool. That's cool, dude.
But the girls, dude, I did so. The other night, Saul and I were up till like fucking 4:30, almost 5 in the morning, just spinning. And then the last almost 3 hours was just Weezer.
Jesus Christ!
It was. I went through every single one of my 7 inches. I went through all of my 10 inches, and then my Africa single thing. It was just all like it was all deep cuts. It was deep cuts only.
How many of those did Sloan say, this is fucking great? How much was it? How much did you pay for it?
A lot. Yeah, he really liked the song I Do.
Okay.
And then he really liked the Dusty Gems and Raw Nuggets because he liked the Michael and Carly song, which I get. And then he liked Pinkerton a lot. I think that's just because like he knows the cover. I don't think he's ever heard Pinkerton, but he heard me talk about it, and he's seen the cover often enough. But that was the first time I spun Pinkerton in honestly 6 months. It's been a long time. God damn, it was good though.
But that's what Sloan does when he gets drunk, and when we spin records, he goes
every time.
This is really good. Is this cheap? Is it expensive? How much did you pay for it?
Without fail.
And then he'll look it up. He'll look it up immediately on Discogs, Amazon, whatever.
But it's nice because now he knows Like, we just need one copy of a record in the house. We don't need multiple copies of the same record in the house. That's stupid. And I tell him, like, you don't have to buy it. Like, if we both like it, just let me buy it because I can get it cheaper through my work, or just wait till it comes in and I'll get it for free. Like, don't spend money on it. But then he always does anyway.
Of course. Yeah. And then he buys a bunch of shitty metal records.
That's true. He does. Yeah.
But anyway, yes.
What was your first impressions, right? Or no,
Origin story.
Origin story
with Hüsker Dü.
Honestly, I don't remember ever hearing I think it's called Hüsker Dü, but I will never say that because I don't think I've ever heard anybody talk about this band until I watched Joe Dirt. And in Joe Dirt, there's a scene where he's talking about fireworks with the other protagonist in the movie, Kickin' Wayne. And Kickin' Wayne's kind of like a Native American, but he wants to be a vet, so he's kind of timid and shy. And he's asking like what kind of fireworks he sells, and he's like, "Oh, I sell snakes and sparklers." And Joe Dirt's like, "What the fuck? Like, you don't have?" And he starts rattling off all of these names. He's like Black Cats, Kitty Chasers, and then one of the things he says, "Hüsker Dü's, Hüsker Don'ts." And like, I don't know why, but like that has always stuck with me as like the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard. And then later on, like, you know, getting into like high school and stuff, I realized that it was a band and they're making fun of a band. But I never listened to the band. And then fast forward again till we have my record store and we got Candy Apple Gray in. And my partner David asked me if I like Hüsker Dü. And I was like, I don't know. I've never listened to him. And he's like, you might like this one. Thinking that like I like punk music a lot and like maybe I like this alternative shit. And I fucking hated it. I absolutely thought this was the worst fucking, like almost the worst record.
Later record for sure.
It's their six. It's really, really popular. People fucking love it. I hated this shit.
Yeah, I didn't.
And so because of that, and we got like an original, like a clean original press in. And ever since then, I was like, okay, I'm not listening to Hüsker Dü. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. And then we did Minute Men last week, and we decided to do Hüsker Dü's, and I was like, yeah, this is actually pretty goddamn good. Their first stuff is pretty goddamn good. But yeah, Joe Dirt.
Joe Dirt is your origin story. That's something, dude. That's something.
Did you watch that clip?
I did watch the clip. Yes, I did watch it. You sent me that clip of when Joe Dirt goes to the fireworks stand and talks to him, and immediately I'm like, so I kept thinking, why is this your origin story? And then like the last 30 seconds of the clip, that's when he says Hüsker Dü's and Hüsker Don'ts. I'm like,
did you laugh?
Okay, I didn't laugh. No.
What is wrong with you?
What is
the matter with you?
I laughed at some of the other names that he said. I don't remember what they were, but some of them were just so fucking stupid.
Whistling bungholes, like that one?
That one was funny, yeah. There was like two other ones too that were pretty funny. But yeah, but then a few people in the comments said the Hüsker Dü's and Hüsker Don'ts.
It was always just like, because it's so dumb, and like David Spade and David Spade in that movie is just the best. I think it's better than Tommy Boy. I think it's better than Black Sheep. I think David Spade and Joe Dirt is the best.
I mean, I haven't seen Joe Dirt.
You haven't seen any of those movies.
What are you talking about? You and I used to watch Tommy Boy all the time. Get the fuck out of here.
You've never seen anything funny in your fucking life.
Get the fuck out of here. All right. Origin story with me. I don't know. I mean, I've always known the name and the umlauts above the U's, but I over the years I've put on random songs and I've never really, none of them connected with me. I just didn't really care that much. I thought they were fine. It was just okay punk music. But this week, listening to all their records and damn, dude, the first three records and the EP, fucking solid. So good. But yeah,
that's true.
After Zen Arcade, there's certainly a drop off where they just strictly become like a pop rock band. Not that they're bad, but it's just, you know, comparatively, it's just not. It's not as good as their first two records. Zen Arcade's their third, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So first three records plus one of the EPs. Yeah. But in the end, yeah. So I guess technically, really, this week is my true record. Introduction. Is Zen Arcade their second?
Yeah, Metal Circus is their second record EP.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, we'll get into that in a sec. Like why it's only an EP and why it shouldn't be an EP. But yeah, anyway, that's my origin story. I've only heard a few songs prior to that, but it wasn't until this week where I really understood why people like this band, because this band, the early shit is really good. So
I see why people like their later shit too, though. I do.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a lot of negative things to say about their later stuff, but I understand why people think it's better than it actually is.
I think why people like the later stuff, the more melodic stuff, is because if you grew up listening to Hüsker Dü, and you were only into punk music or hardcore music, this would be like their later records would probably be your introduction to melodic punk or melodic hardcore or just melodic music in general. I really think that's what it is, and why people love those later records more, or they like them so much. So, just a thought. Just a thought. So, yeah, like I said earlier at the beginning of the episode, we're not doing this normally. We're not doing a proper rankings. We're not doing a proper album breakdown. It's SST season, so SST bands for the next several weeks, and it's a very loosey goosey format. So we're just gonna kind of run through,
don't you?
Like just like we did with the Minutemen episode last week. We're just gonna kind of run through all of their records. We're gonna go chronologically, and then fun facts about the record, the band, history, all that kind of stuff. Might be a shorty episode. I don't know. We should
go latest record to earliest record. Get all the dumb shit out of the way.
End on a high note.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do that then. Let me scroll down, dude. So and then also at the end we're gonna do our top 5 songs off of Zen Arcade, as well as we're gonna kind of talk about the top 5 on Spotify because they kind of range between several of their records. So let's start with their last record, their 7th record from 1987, Warehouse Songs and Stories. Just a little backstory on this record. Mold and Hart, they hated each other, or there was a lot of tension within the band. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of drug use, a lot of alcohol, and yeah, just kind of a shit show with this record. And it kind of shows because this record is not very good, right?
No, this is my least favorite. Like when we ranked them, this is my least.
Yeah, this is my least favorite.
Way too fucking long. And like, dude, they did like the Billy Corgan thing. They went over Norton's bass parts and re-recorded them without him knowing. And they're like, fuck it. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do because I just don't like what you're doing there. Even though they told him what to play. This record is way too long, but it is wild. It's a wild concept. It's kind of cool, like in theory, but it's just the same fucking thing as Candy Apple Grey. Just longer and more bloated. I don't like this.
With just like mediocre melodic hardcore.
It's like late 80s like alt rock power pop. It's stupid. It serves a purpose. I get it. And I think the Hüsker Dü's, Hüsker Don'ts are incredibly important to alt rock in general as well as grunge. I think they did a lot, but this is just stupid.
Yeah.
This is fucking dumb.
And I didn't mean to say hardcore. Yeah, you're right. It's more power pop alt rock, this record, than hard. There's like almost no hardcore on this record at all.
Hardcore stupid is what it is. This record's dumb. This was tough to fucking get through. I had to listen to this one twice because I was like at my shop. If I really don't like something, I will just go and actually work. I'll go and do something, and I find myself like doing stuff. And I'm like, all of a sudden I'm outside. Like, what the fuck? Why am I out here? Like talking to the neighbors or some shit. And I have to go back in, listen to it again. This was tough, man. I did not like this at all. And yeah, dude, all they do is fucking bitch the whole time. They're competing for writing credits, even though Mold made it very clear, like, you will never get any more than 40% of the writing credits for any of our records. And it's like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, but that started like on Zen Arcade, I believe it was.
That was the reason why they started putting writing credits more specifically on Zen Arcade and beyond, because they wanted recognition for each of them. And they both have their own distinct writing style, which is cool. And I think they both have this like Lennon McCartney thing going on, which the type of songs they write are very, very different. Like Bob Mould likes the more aggressive, kind of like faster, angsty stuff, and like Hart likes to get a little bit more complex and add other genres in there, which sometimes it works brilliantly and sometimes it just sounds like fucking assholes.
Yeah, and just so you're aware, Grant Hart is the drummer, one of the main songwriters. Bob Mould, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He is the guitar player, also vocalist, and he writes a lot of the songs as well. And then Greg Norton was the bass player. This band, only 3 guys ever in this band. The band they were only around for 9 years, but really they put records out within 6 of those 9 years. Very, very short-lived band, and they never ever got back together. They never played a one-off show. They never did anything. It never really seemed like after the band there was never I never read anything like there was any animosity between Hart and Mold, even though like while they were in a band, there was a lot of shit going on. But after the fact, I never read any issues with them. But yeah, they never got back together. And then Grant Hart died in 2013, I believe, of like liver failure and shit like that because he was just a fucking crazy heroin junkie and shit. But yeah, so that I mean, the band's obviously never gonna get back together properly. But yeah, anyway, Warehouse really, Songs and Stories. What? Yeah,
it really does suck because like REM finally went platinum in '87. This year REM goes platinum, so like alt rock is now a thing, right? Like before here it was kind of just like on college radio and it wasn't in the top 10 or whatever, and it wasn't really that big. But REM going platinum in '87 is fucking huge for the Hüsker Dü's, Hüsker Don'ts, because they could have been so big after this, but because it was such a fucking garbage shit show. Like they squandered. They built this platform, and then when they finally got on top of it, they fell right off.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah. So also with Warehouse Songs and Stories, they self-managed their own band, or I think Bob did. He self-managed he managed the band, and they ended up during this record they hired somebody named David Savoy to manage the band. And he ended up committing suicide not long after, starting. And actually, Grant Hart blamed himself for David's suicide because he said that Hart and Mold were just at each other constantly and talking behind each other's backs. And David was in the middle of it, being the middleman, and the stress of it supposedly got to David and he committed suicide, which is wild if that's fucking true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's probably more to like David's story than just that, but that would fuck anybody up.
Yeah.
So that's tragic.
Yeah, it is. So anyway, so let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit to the year 1986. We get Candy Apple Gray, their fifth record, right? Wait,
yes.
no.
This is their fifth record.
They have 7 records or 6
They have
records?
6 records plus Metal Circus.
Oh, okay. That's where I was getting fucked up. Okay, yeah. So fifth record, 1986, Candy Apple Gray. This is their major label debut on Warner Brothers Records, and the hardcore is gone. It's gone power pop, just alt rock. This is where it all starts, but it's honestly just a better version of their final record, shorter too.
Absolutely.
Thankfully,
it's funny too because I always gauge just. Whenever we have an album of the week and a band and I listened to it at the store, people like this record. People recognize Zen Arcade and they recognize early Hüsker Dü, especially like the punkers that come in. But everybody liked, like, was this Hüsker Dü? Like, do you have this on vinyl? So no, we don't. Don't fucking ask me again. No, not really. I just say no, we don't. But I did not like this. And this is like my introduction to them. When we first opened the store, we got this in, and I absolutely hated it. I still hate it. I think it's so fucking one-dimensional. And I'll talk about it on a different record that everybody thinks is so goddamn great, but just because you add things to a song does not automatically make it great. This is fucking boring. I don't like this sound. I don't like this sound in general in, like, the 80s. This power pop alt-rock shit, like a lot of bands are doing, like REM. I don't like fucking REM. Even a little bit of Sonic Youth was doing it. I don't like it. I don't like the Smiths. I don't like it. I don't fucking like it. It's not my cup of tea. But I get why people like it. People that were growing up with hardcore punk, they grew out of it. Like, punks grow out of it. They phase out, just like drug addicts and just like criminals. Usually you phase out. You want something more. And that's what made, like, Hüsker Dü, Hüsker Don'ts so great, is because they phased out of punk. That's why Black Flag didn't last very long, is because they never phased out of the one sound they did.
Or even Minutemen.
Phase out.
Minutemen did it too. Their early shit was like hardcore.
Yeah.
And then they just made the craziest, weirdest shit.
The
but
same
in the best
year as
possible
this.
way.
Yeah. They instantly phased out of it, and that's cool. That's what people want to hear. As you grow, as a band grows and you grow with the band, you want to hear something deeper, something more just something different.
Yeah.
Good or bad. Like it's something different.
I agree. Yeah. You don't want the same hardcore record every time.
Every fucking time.
All right, so yeah, Candy Apple Gray. This is also, what was I going to say? Fuck. This is the only record that had like true stinkers on it. Even the last record didn't have stinkers, but overall it was just kind of a dud of a record. But this one actually has stinkers. The big one being, what is it called? Wait, fuck, what song is it?
Too Far Down?
No. Oh, no Promises Have I Made. It's that awful piano ballad. Just terrible song. And it's not the only one on this record that's just a straight up bad song. But then there are some bangers, so I don't want to know if you are lonely, which is like one of their most popular songs. This song's a fucking banger. It's so goddamn good. But
okay.
So there's a lot of highs, a lot of lows on this record for sure.
Gotcha.
But yeah, overall, well, you don't like that song? Come on.
I had like nothing on this fucking record. I did not like this record
good.
at all. This is just dumb.
That record made my top 10, Hüsker Dü's.
Hüsker Dü's.
But yeah, anyway, Candy Apple Grey. Yeah, this was a pretty popular record for them amongst fans and even kind of the masses in a way. So let's move on to their fourth record, Flip Your Wig. This is their first album that they actually self-produced. Very, very power pop. A lot more melodies. Songs are just better than New Day Rising a bit, and production. I don't know. It's just this record. They're just moving farther away. This is weird going backwards. I'm not used to going backwards on a discography.
Gotta do it.
But yeah, this is just a very power pop oriented record. So it's
this one.
Fine.
So like my worst was Warehouse, and then Candy Apple Grey, and then Something, and then Flip Your Wig. So I do think one is better or worse than Flip Your Wig, but I still don't like this shit. Very power pop. The big single makes no sense at all. Definitely shows them getting just like fucking right into boring power pop. It's still like a fine song. It's just cheesy as fuck, and that's why this is better. Not better, but more tolerable than the one I think is worse than this one. Just because these songs are still fun. Like I could see 90s kids getting into this while they're also getting into like Pixies or prepping for some other kind of like slacker shit that they'll enjoy later on. This is very entry level. There's nothing inherently bad about this, but there's nothing fucking good about this. It's just entry level shit.
Yeah, it really is, and the overall tone of the record just kind of sucked too. I think they moved away from Spot, who normally did a lot of the records for SST bands, and they I think they didn't really know what they were doing, and they're just a lot of shitty tones. So yeah. Anyway, just don't really care for this one. Flip Your Wig. It does have a sticker though. The Baby song. What the fuck is that? I mean, that's just fucking stupid.
It's the fucking it's Heart playing a slide whistle for 40 seconds, and that's annoying and it's stupid.
It's so annoying. So let's get into New Day Rising. Third record. We're already on the third record, 1985. What are your thoughts on this one?
This one I think is worse than Flip Your Wig.
I mean, it's not that much worse or better. They're kind of the same.
I put it here because everybody's just saying, "Oh my God, look at they're getting," because this is coming off of Zen Arcade, so like, "Oh, look, they're getting more deep and more complex." And I'm like, dude, just because you fucking add harms into a hook doesn't automatically make it better. Just because you dub in extra guitars into a part doesn't automatically add depth to it. Like, no, what they did here was just like a bunch of kids adding layers for the sake of fucking layers' sake. There's nothing to it. It's stupid. There's no like intention or perceived outcome. It's just, let's just waste fucking time and let's just waste money.
Yeah.
And it kind of just bothered me. It bothered me more that people think this is like their best record. But it's not. That's false.
And like I said, this is the last one produced by Spot from SST, and the guitar tone terrible. Like he used some like flying V, like Ibanez flying V, some shit like that, and it just sounds like trash. It sounds like a practice amp that you had when you're 12 years old. That's really what it sounds like. Just absolute garbage. Also, Mold was absolutely, he was wasted during these sessions. Yeah. He could barely play some of the songs. They had to do several takes of some of the songs. But even in the end, they didn't pay. This record didn't cost a lot of money to make. But yeah, he barely held it together. He was a massive alcoholic at this point. I think he got sober, I think in 86, maybe. I think it's when 86 or 87.
Right after this.
Yeah, he got sober because his drinking got so out of hand. But yeah, in the end, this record's just slower, more melodic, but not in a very good way. I just think it's just boring. Honestly, I felt this album was boring.
It is boring, and I don't think even on the album of the week, I don't think their lyrics are
I don't think
crazy introspective and deep and wild and everything. But like people think that this record, New Day Rising, they have like deeper lyrics. And I was reading some, I'm like, not really. These are very superficial stuff. Not that superficial is bad, but there's nothing. I don't know. There's nothing like cunning about it. There's nothing witty about it. Witty's a better word, not cunning. Cunning's like a pirate. There's nothing like witty about these lyrics. There's nothing deep. It's just face value, and face value's fine. But the songs, I don't know. The songs suck. This record's not good.
No, it's not. It's not. All right, we good with New Day Rising? These are
all like fucking ones, dude. I would rank all of these ones.
Yeah, I would too.
Like straight up ones.
And when we say we rank it 1, we have a 3-point rating system where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So, I mean, it's not good, but give it a shot. That's what we have for New Day Rising right here, which I agree with. I'm with you on the ratings here. So. All right, so let's get into their second record. What?
I choked and almost died.
No, that's fine. So let's get into Hüsker Dü's second record, Zen Arcade. This came out in 1984. This is kind of a double LP. It's a longer record, 25 tracks, or that they recorded. The band recorded 25 tracks, but I think there's 23 on the record. But yeah, this is a big one. This is a very popular record. Some say this is the one of the greatest hardcore records and one of the best punk records of all time. And I wouldn't say it's the greatest or one of the greatest. I put this in top 10 maybe, like objectively, like one of the best punk records of all time. But this wouldn't hit.
Are we doing this now, or are we just going to finish up the other two and then come back to Zen Arcade since it's the album of the week?
I mean, we're not really doing an album of the week. We're just kind of doing SST season.
So all the fucking notes that I had here,
we can go back. We can go back to Zen Arcade. I mean, that's fine. We can go back to Zen Arcade. Okay, that's what we'll do. I mean, this is new territory for us. Loosey goosey.
Loosey goosey. You love that loosey goosey thing.
Loosey goosey format is throwing me off. So we'll get back to Zen Arcade. We'll get back into Zen Arcade because just throwing a little bitch fit right now, but that's okay.
I almost just fucking choked to death.
Because you're a bitch.
You ever choke good and like your eyes water?
Yeah, I have done that.
It's good,
but not often because I'm not a bitch.
I'm not a bitch.
I'm not a bitch. So yeah, Zen Arcade, great record. But we'll get deeper into that as soon as we get through the other records, EP as well.
BP.
Metal Circus EP, first EP. 1983. That wasn't a live record, live EP. 1983. This is just 19 minutes of just fucking great hardcore, melodic hardcore. Has a little bit of both. This is my favorite thing the band put out. I really like this record or this EP, and it's only 21 seconds shorter than their first record, which everything falls apart. This technically should be a record, but. Anyway, Metal Circus is my favorite.
Where would Zen Arcade rank on your...
Dos. That means 2 in Spanish.
That
means 2 in Spanish.
Of course, you're the punker kid, so you have to pretend to like the most punk thing they put out.
Dude, honestly...
So I get it.
I had Zen Arcade as my number 1 for all week. But then I listened to that and Metal Circus today. And Metal Circus is just better, man. Just more concise. It's a little bit more amateur.
The same. Everything's very basic. But yeah, it is better, for sure. For sure. I get it.
Oh my god! All right, so what do you think of Metal Circus? What were your thoughts on this one?
This is a little bit more obnoxious in the sense that they're trying some new sounds, some new guitar tones, but overall, I'm still like choking a little bit. It's still in the back there, but overall, still a killer set of songs. It's not long enough to do anything great, and it's not long enough to like fuck itself for being too repetitive. It's an EP, like it. I think both of their first records should be EPs because they're not long enough, like I said, to do anything fucking horrible. They're good. There's nothing bad on this. I think a couple songs here had some more kind of like pop melodies thrown in there, like It's Not Funny Anymore had one. But other than that, like I mean, Diane was the big song that got them airplay and got them a lot of recognition within the scene, and not just like the hardcore scene, but also like radio, like college radio. Like people picked up on Diane, and that was a big one. That was my least favorite song on the record, was Diane.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. It's just like it's just the most like pop of the songs. It's endearing and it's cute and stuff, but it's just very it's going in the direction I don't want them to go in. But I get that that's what made them bigger. Than
but that's also
everything.
it's kind of I thought I like Diana. It made my top 10 Hüsker Dü's, but I thought it was like it's amateurish and all that kind of shit and a little bit cheesy, but they were going in the right direction and it's catchy as hell. Cheesy, but this is before that it just got like straight up boring and bad. Like they found that nice spot, that sweet spot in their music on that song as well as Zen Arcade, of just really blending the hardcore with the melodic stuff. They just did it well, and I feel like Diane is one of those songs that they did it really well.
But that's the only song on here that isn't just like a hardcore tune. Like everything else on here is just a hardcore tune, maybe with like a melody thrown in there, which is not a fault to it because it's an EP and like they're not trying to do something big. Whereas like on Zen Arcade, they are trying to do something different. They are trying to write songs that are not just hardcore but still have hardcore elements to them. So that's why it's not. I do fault you for ranking it as number one because that's silly.
I didn't rank it my number one. I didn't say
Metal Circus.
Oh! I thought you meant Diane. Sorry.
Yeah, I do fault you for ranking Metal Circus your number one because that's just
it is
one-dimensional
number one.
and silly. Whereas like Zen Arcade, they tried to do better and they did do better, but you like the lesser of the two. That's like saying, hey, do you want $2, Tyler? Nah, I'll take the $1. Like that's just you're choosing the lesser of the two, but that's fine. That's okay. That's okay. Everybody needs the world needs ditch diggers, right?
That's stupid. That's just stupid.
Is that what old people say?
I know. That's what
I've heard old people say that before.
Yeah, it's a stupid old saying. Yeah, people need ditch diggers.
Which, like, if you think about it, I don't even know what that means because ditch diggers are probably unionized and they probably make good fucking money.
Probably.
If they're working on the weekends, they're probably making like double money. They're working on holidays, they're probably making triple money. So
more than a lot of white collar jobs. Yeah.
Costco starts you at like $31 an hour. Did you know that?
Yeah. No, it's fucking crazy.
And
that's
if you work on like Sundays, you make like $50 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
It's crazy.
I would get a job at Costco to only work Sundays and holidays.
I think Trader Joe's pays a lot as well. I think they pay in the 20s.
That's crazy.
Trader Joe's. And Tammy's like, I would love to work at Trader Joe's. They're so nice. She's like, you should quit, Ty. You should quit your job and just work at Trader Joe's. Like,
why don't you?
I don't know. I don't want to work at Trader Joe's. It's so close. I could ride an electric bike if I wanted to.
Where's Trader? Oh yeah.
Up at the end of Kellogg there, in Yorba Linda.
You can take Imperial Highway.
I don't know. I can just take Kellogg all the way up.
Oh yeah. Well, you got to go through the hills though, right?
Well, yeah, but you can't ride a bike on Imperial.
Yeah, you can.
And plus Imperial's all because then you take Imperial up, then you have to turn right on Yorba Linda, then all the ups and downs and hills. It's way farther, way more hills. No,
that's true.
You don't know Orange County. You don't know Yorba Linda.
I grew up in Orange County. Okay, I know Orange County better than anybody else in the world.
But you moved out 7 years ago, so
it changed everything. Everything's changed.
Oh, all right. So yeah, Metal Circus EP from Hüsker Dü's is great. I dig it. I really like it. So let's get into their first record real quick. Everything Falls Apart from 1983. This is technically their first record. 19 minutes, 12 songs, just straight hardcore. Just straight fucking hardcore. No, nothing really melodic at all. Just a punch in the face the whole time. I loved it. I loved it.
It was good. It was fun. And I like just because it's not like melodic, right? It's still not just like Circle Jerks. And I've really come to dislike that first Circle Jerks record because it's just fast for the sake of being fast, and it's only iconic because it was early on, and I just don't think it's very good. I think this is so much better than the first Circle Jerks. I think it's so much better than that first Circle Jerks record.
It's definitely better. Yeah.
So
and I have that first Circle Jerks, so I get the sound vinyl too.
I purged that shit fucking mad quick. It's not good. It's just not good.
It's a good solid hardcore record.
No, it's not. Okay. This is a good solid hardcore record.
This is a great solid hardcore record. Better than Group Sex. Yeah, it is. So All right. Everything falls apart. Yeah. I mean, there's really not much to say about this. It's just straightforward hardcore. So let's hop back to Zen Arcade. Get into this concept record. 23 songs. 25 songs were recorded for it, but 23 made the record. And I think it clocks in just over an hour. And this is a record that we did mention on the Minutemen episode because they put this record out just as Minutemen were recording Double Nickels on the Dime. And they, at the time, Minutemen only had 20 songs written, and they're like, we got to write more songs. So this Hüsker Dü record is fucking amazing. The Zen Arcade is amazing. We got to write more. And they wrote 25 more songs. And then we get Double Nickels. So that's cool. Or Double Nickel. But Zen Arcade.
Well, it's funny because, like, Minute Men think they were competing. Like that's how they wanted it to be in the beginning. The Minute Men thought that like it was a competition between them and the Hüsker Dü's, Hüsker Don'ts, but it wasn't. Like Hüsker Dü did not care at all. But it's cool because it pushed them to make a double album, and like the Minute Men record never feels long, and Zen Arcade never feels long either.
Yeah, it never drags.
There's enough stuff in each side of Zen Arcade to keep it fresh. There's enough variety. Just like the Minute Men stuff, just like the Double Nickels.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. I will say though, with the Zen Arcade, they're just not, as musicians, they're just not nearly as good as the Minutemen. Just Minutemen were just leaps and bounds better musicians and songwriters in general. So the moments on Zen Arcade, the interludes, the piano stuff, they're not terrible, but damn, dude, they're kind of filler, kind of filler,
for sure. But there was a lot on Double Nickels though that, I mean, it's a purposeful attempt at being a double album, that long fucking record. So
there's gonna twice as long as this record as Zen Arcade.
So like there's gonna be times where like, okay, this is a filler song. You don't need this song, or you don't need this song. But like it was a purposeful attempt at doing that. But yes, there's a lot of filler on Double Nickels. Good filler, and I think there's a lot of filler on here, which is good filler.
You think the filler on Zen Arcade's better than Minutemen, than Double Nickels? Come on,
I never said it was better. I just said that there's filler on both records, and it's both good. It's good filler. You can have good filler and bad filler. All of the Deftones is bad filler, and there's a lot of good filler on Zen Arcade.
Why do you have to bring Deftones into this?
Because that's a perfect example. That's a perfect example.
Perfect example.
That's a perfect example. Why does example sound like diaper? Example. That's a perfect example
like
of all bad filler. Fact. I don't make the rules.
Yeah. So a little bit of background on this record. 25 songs, like I said, all but 2 of them made the record, and also. They were all first takes. All of them, but 2 of them, I think, also were all first takes. Wait, are there 25 songs? Now I don't even remember. Fuck.
There is 24.
Is there 24? Okay, well, anyway, 25 were recorded. All but 2 of them were done on the first take, which is crazy. The entire album was recorded and mixed in 85 hours. And they said that it was mixed all in one session, and which is fucking create a 45-hour session. So the first 40 hours it took them to record all of these songs. First take, very little overdubs, but yeah, the mix took just a little bit longer than the actual recording, and it only cost them $3,200.
That's it, baby.
I didn't look at I wonder what that is in modern dollars. Wait, in 1984?
Yeah, it's probably still not a lot. Less than 10,000.
So it equates to 10,000. No, you're right. Just under 10,000. $9,949.51. That's what $3,200 in modern dollars is.
Yeah, I mean that's still like if we were doing this pod and like Turnstile said, we did our whole record with $10,000. We'd be like, damn, it's so fucking cheap.
It's true. Yeah.
Like that sounds even cheaper now than it did back then. Like even if some band like this did it for $10,000, that's more impressive.
25 songs,
3,000 back then.
25. That's a lot too. What is that like 250? No, not even that. Like $175 per song. Let's just say, give or take, like mix and master, or recorded, mix, and everything, like $150, $175 per song. That's pretty cheap. Honestly,
they got a bargain. They got a bargain for Reoccurring Dreams too. That 14-minute epic banger.
That is true. It's 14.
Intergalactic Kegger.
Yeah,
that's that would have been my 1B had we done a normal B episode.
The normal rankings.
That was my biggest banger.
All right, that's fine. It's not my biggest banger, but
is your biggest banger the one with Dez? What's going on?
Was Dez? No. Wait, what is my biggest? Fuck. No, actually, what am I thinking, dude? I was looking at the wrong thing.
The wrong thing.
Reoccurring Dream. Yes, is my number one banger.
Is it really?
The 14-minute.
Oh,
the 14-minute epic.
Good girl.
Is my 1B. The instrumental. It's all instrumental. No vocals at all. And I guess we'll talk about the song real quick. Right?
It's a fucking ride. But they introduce it earlier on. So okay, I guess we should backtrack. That this is supposed to be a concept album, and it's about some guy who runs away and tries to find himself. Who cares? I don't really give a fuck. Because
and then he becomes a junkie. His girlfriend dies.
A lot of things happen.
The girlfriend dies, and then he's distraught. Whatever. He comes to terms with it, and then he wakes up from a dream, and everything was a dream. He joined the military,
but not every song is even in line with the theme. So like the whole concept album is kind of lost because like the first like 3 or 4 or 5 songs are, but the next like 4 aren't, and the next 2 are. Like it's just, I don't fucking care. The point of it was to open up with something that goes along the lines of the concept and then close it out, but then also have like these little like interludes where it teases the outro, right? So like we get occurring dreams reoccurring first, and it's a small, and it's like a minute or whatever it is, but it sets up reoccurring dreams later on, and I think that's like my favorite part of the record is that little. This is both instrumental, but that little like minute thing where it sets up the later part in the album, because when it first hits and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And remember, because I was at the gym listening to this with my cans on, and then I ended up walking home because like, oh, this is pretty fucking good. So I'm just gonna walk home, and the weather was nice. It was crisp, like 102, 103, not a big deal. And then I was like, oh, that was a good part right there. And then like by the time I was getting home, like reoccurring dreams happened. It's like, dude, this is fucking so good. I think that's when I texted you. I was like, this is fucking really good.
Yeah, I remember you texted me that.
And I was just like, I was really, really blown away. Even though I was already kind of blown away by this whole record, I really, really did enjoy this whole record. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
And so Reoccurring Dreams to me, I don't know if you picked up on this, but the entire song sounds like the busy part of the Boston song Foreplay.
Whatever that.
Yeah, where everybody's just kind of fucking going crazy. There's like that part in the song in Foreplay, but maybe like 45 seconds, a minute of that song where it bum 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 bum, and everybody's just kind of going crazy.
Yes,
that is this song. Yeah, before the second half of that song. But this is like 14 minutes of just that busy part of Boston's Foreplay, but with a little bit more ups and downs. Like it has kind of a loud, quiet dynamic. There's some wonky solos and shit like that. But overall, the main part of this song is just craziness, busyness, much in the same vein of Boston, which makes sense because these guys started out as a cover band. They started out as like a 70s, early 70s, late 60s covers band, and Boston they probably played a lot of Boston, so it all makes sense. But it's a killer song, killer instrumental, 14 minutes long. But the last like 45 seconds is just like buzz.
It's just noise. Yeah. I think that's supposed to represent like somebody waking up and then just like, you're groggy and your eyes are all fucked up when you're rubbing your eyes and shit. Whatever. Who cares? But yeah, the first 13 minutes is bliss. It's perfect.
Great.
That's not the only record, or not the only song on this record that deserves immense praise. There's like I have like 5 fucking Bs that are like beyond Bs that are so fucking
Let's get
good.
into them.
So goddamn good.
I mean, I guess we're getting into our top 5s from Zen Arcade, so let's do it.
What's going on? The song with Dez.
Okay.
That would have been my 2B. Like, this is fucking absolutely perfect. This is a heart song, so I tend to kind of like. I don't know. It's almost like 50-50. I tend to like Hart songs a little bit more, but I also tend to hate Hart songs more often than I do Bob songs. Like Bob Mould, like we talked about earlier, he tends to kind of be the more like aggressor of everything, whereas like Hart does kind of the more
aggressor. Yeah,
he definitely is. Like every one of his songs are all aggression. That's all he does. Whereas like Hart goes out of his comfort zone, like the fucking folk song that's on this record that you probably hated. That's a Hart song. But like every Bob Mould song is essentially the same thing. What's going on though? This should have been a Bob Mould song. It sounds like a Bob Mould song, but it's a Hart song. I love how buddy punk this is, like Dropkick or something. I also got like massive Transplants vibes from this thing. Like that's what it sounds like. And Bob just doesn't sit this one out though. Like he lays down some fucking insane noodles. We even get some bass chords thrown in the song. I don't know why Hart decided to throw the piano in there at the end, but okay, I can roll with it. I don't like it. But yeah, this is a perfect fucking punk song. This is better than a lot of Black Flag songs.
I mean that I disagree with you on.
I don't make the
Come
rules.
on.
There's a lot
better
of
than
bad Black
Flag.
Flag.
Come on. I mean, you know, there's some.
Hold on. Back up here. I didn't say it was better than Black Flag. I said it's better than a lot of Black Flag songs.
Well, yeah, but even that, it's still not better than a lot of Black Flag. No.
Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
But
it is.
That's
better.
Not true.
It's better
that's
than a lot
true.
of
That's
Black Flag
true.
songs. It is fucking true. Black Flag have some fucking terrible albums that are just not good. They shouldn't have even been made. Black Flag should have stopped after like album 4. Like the entire record with Mike Vallely should not have existed. This song is better than the entire.
They didn't make
record.
an album with Mike Vallely.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't. They made they made the album with Ron Reyes. Ron Reyes came back.
Then we'll pretend like that album fucking 2000X didn't exist.
That was the one with Ron Reyes. It wasn't Mike Vallely.
I think you're incorrect.
No, I think you're wrong. Hold on.
Hold on.
Let me put some boom in it. Okay, I think.
Can't you just ask Google? Isn't that faster?
So the album What The came out in 2013, and the singer on this one is Ron Reyes. I was right.
Ron Reyes. That's
the
better
original
than the entire record on that one.
It wasn't Mike Vallely. No.
This song is still better than an entire record. Then I don't make the rules here. I'm telling you.
I honestly don't think that Black Flag record is not that bad.
It's not that bad, but it's not good. And I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm saying this song is better than most Black Flag songs.
Okay, whatever.
And Dez is still the best singer Black Flag ever had.
Dez is not the best. Get the fuck
He's
out
absolutely
of here.
the best.
Rollins was the best. Rollins was the best. Reyes was the second best. Then Dez. Then Keith Morris.
I don't think you've ever heard Black
rules.
Flag in your fucking life.
I don't make the fucking rules.
Rollins is fine. Rollins did a lot of stupid
Rollins was
shit.
the best. Rollins was the best by far. And then
Dez
Reyes. Come on. Get the fuck out of here.
Dez the best. Rivers Breakdown's better. Just saying. Not to make the rules.
All right. So, yeah, number 1 for me was Reoccurring Dream. 2 for me, Somewhere. It's just good. I mean, honestly, I don't really have that many notes for my top 5 because it's just good melodic hardcore, honestly. There's a couple like heavier songs in my top 5, but overall,
Somewhere was
good melodic
a song
hardcore.
that like sounds exactly like Dave Grohl.
I do not know what song you're talking about.
Yeah. It's your biggest banger, Somewhere. He sounds just like Dave Grohl.
My biggest banger was Reoccurring
I mean,
Dream.
obviously. You just fucking said Somewhere. Your next biggest banger. Good God.
my 2B.
You got to keep up, baby girl. You got to keep up. Somewhere. Sounds like Dave Grohl. Yeah. Put in your little earphones right now. You'd be like, oh, yeah, it does sound like Dave Grohl. Which they don't sound like Dave Grohl. Dave Grohl sounds like this.
Sounds like that,
because he came out after this. So, but it did sound exactly
So what do you got
like
for
Dave
number
Grohl.
3? What do you got for number 3?
Oh, my God. That's all you have for your notes? And
I don't have that much. I don't have that much because I fucked up.
Best song on this record, that's all you have?
I fucked up.
Something I learned today, the opener, my 3B. If we're ranking Bs here, because
this is my 3B.
I did
as well.
do my homework.
This is my 3B as well.
Good.
Like
Since I have no notes. I will just go into it.
Let's just let me say this. I was mistaken when we were listening when we were doing this episode, prepping for this episode. I thought we were doing the top 5s on Spotify, not the top 5s on Zen Arcade. But I still have my top 5 on Zen Arcade, but I don't
think
have
I even said top 5.
notes.
I just said like the top songs on Spotify, but like I just assumed that you knew I was implying, because we imply here on the podcast, that you knew like last time in the Minutemen episode that if we do our top 5, just make sure that we also do the top songs for the record on Spotify. If they happen to coexist at the same time, then we can just do it then. But
that was the miscommunication. So there you go.
I mean, we literally just did it last week, and now you're changing the rules for this week. So it's not a miscommunication.
This whole SST
you're
season.
Right. You see, this is another example of you literally do make the rules. You are making your own rules.
I'm not making rules. I misunderstood. I'm not making rules.
There was no misunderstanding.
I'm
you
literally
chose
saying
to misunderstood.
I'm literally saying I made a mistake. That's not me making the rules.
You made your own rules on this one. Yes,
I just misunderstood. I made a mistake.
Why did you do top 5 overall? We never do top 5. If anything,
we've done
we do
top 5
10.
overall.
No, we don't.
We did top 5 for Pitbull.
Hold on there, dude. No, we did top 10 for Pitbull.
Or top. Okay. I apologize.
Now you're making more rules here. How many rules are you gonna make?
It's the same idea.
How many rules are you gonna make? But it's not the same though. Same idea, not the same. We've never done a top 5.
Oh my god, I misspoke.
I did know you were talking about.
I'm missing a lot.
But just last week we did something, and then we talked about doing it the same way last week. Did you forget what happened last week?
No, but it was a good episode last week.
You must have forgot what happened last week.
I will say last week's episode was better than this one.
Well, you must have forgot because you didn't do any of your homework here. Not only did you not do your homework, but you did it. The homework you think you did it incorrectly.
That's true. I mean,
so that's even worse. That's like turning in homework half done, and the half that you did do is all wrong. That's what you did. That's what you turned in today.
A for effort. That's what
at best you get a 50% for effort because you only did 50% of the work, but that's okay. Something I learned today is what you do for homework.
Been doing this for 9 years now. Doing this for 9 years.
That's why it's so concerning. We've been doing this for so long, and now you're changing the rules.
No, 9 years, and I'm allowed to make one mistake.
No, you can make mistakes, but now you can no longer say I don't make the rules because you are now making your own.
I already know I don't make the rules. I've never said I made the rules.
But you just did make rules. You're making new rules. Okay, so like you don't make the rules, you just make new rules. Is what you're saying.
Anyway, let's move on.
You can't say
something I learned today.
Just saying.
First song on the record on Zen Arcade. Get into it. What do you got?
It's a fucking dope intro. That drum roll, instantly fun. The goofy bass line, the goofy tone. It's all silly. It's like it's something kids would do, and it sounds like it.
It's
lots
very
of screaming, lots of repetition. It's very fun.
Very
demure.
punker.
Very demure.
That's true. So that was my number 3 as well. So what do you got for number 4?
You literally have 0 notes on these songs.
outside of Reoccurring Dream, I told you I fucked up. I honestly made notes for the top 5 on Spotify.
That's
I made
okay.
Lyric notes. I made music notes on the top 5 on Spotify, but I didn't make it for the top 5 on fucking Zen.
Well,
Arcade.
at least there's at least 2 songs on the top 5 on Spotify that are on Zen Arcade, right?
Yeah. Wait, no, are there? No, I think there's only one.
Just Pink Turns into Blue?
No, I think the only something I learned today. I do have notes for that. Fuck, dude, I'm all over the place. Oh my god.
It's the first time I worry.
God, I told you.
Dream
this episode is a total fucking mess.
It's something. I
do have notes on something I learned today because that was number 2 on Spotify. So I do have notes on that one. Yeah, I mean, you already mentioned the bass playing, the hardcore, the blend of the blending of hardcore and melodic vocals is great. Lyrics about depression, really, and just realizing that everything around him fucking sucks. That's what it is for something I learned today. But yeah, that's what I got on that. So yeah, I did do notes, like I said, for the top 5 on Spotify, but not all the top 5 on Spotify are on Zen Arcade. Actually, 2 of them are on the same record. Or 2 of the same songs, I should say.
It's like so you didn't note for Candy Apple Gray fucking songs?
I did, yeah. Because I misunderstood.
That's something I don't want to talk about.
All right, continue.
That's okay. There's a lot we can talk about the legacy of this band and like how like Nirvana existed because of this band and how how Green Day existed because of this band, how much praise this band gets from everybody, and how you could say like these guys branching out from SST and eventually getting signed to a major label helped like Sonic Youth get signed to a major label, which helped Nirvana get signed to a major label, which helped the grunge movement explode into the early 90s. So like you could you could like have like a linear thing where like, oh, Hüsker Dü is part of that, and not just because they were around to begin with, but because they directly inspired all of these bands. Remember we talked about in the Pixies episode when like Kim Deal for Pixies, she answered an ad for you have to like Hüsker Dü's, Hüsker Do's, and who was the other one? Hüsker Dü and somebody else. Some other fucking remember. Like Donovan or something. I don't remember who it was.
Wasn't Donovan.
Who was it then? I
have no idea, but it's not Donovan. Come on.
Hüsker Dü covered Donovan. What do you mean, come on?
It's not Donovan. It's probably Hüsker Dü and Sonic Youth. That's probably what it was.
Oh my God. Now I'm going to look it up.
But either way, I have no idea. I'm so lost right now. I'm so lost.
I completely understood. Mary. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, that's completely different from Donovan.
How are they completely different? They both play essentially folk music, melodic folk music from
I
the
thought
60s
Donovan
and 70s.
was. Who am I thinking of? I thought Donovan was way later, like more rock.
Donovan does like they call me Mellow Yellow.
I really thought Donovan was later.
Yeah, it's not that. So Kim Deal answered a ad for the Pixies saying, looking for a bass player. If you like Peter, Paul, and Mary and Hüsker Dü's, Hüsker Do's, then come hit us up. And that's the birth of the Pixies. And then like Billy Joel has said numerous times, you can see a lot of similarities between the story of Zen Arcade and then there's a lot of it in American Idiot. There's a lot of parts that are like identical, and Billy Joel has been he's not hiding the fact that he took a lot from not only Hüsker Dü's but also Zen Arcade in writing American Idiot, which is cool because I think American Idiot is great, and I also think Zen Arcade is great. But yeah, there's definitely an argument for like Hüsker Dü paving the way for the popularization of grunge,
which
especially especially like alt rock getting onto like more radio play because again like these guys finally made it onto the Billboard, or not the Billboard, but they're finally like breaking into like the top songs in this era of the 80s. Was 84. So like Prince is dominating, fucking Bruce Springsteen is dominating, and like Hüsker Dü's. Like that's
they were
wild.
Also, I mean, they were pretty big on college radio. I mean, because blending the hardcore and melodic stuff.
But they're not Bruce Springsteen big. They're not Prince
big.
But
what I'm saying is
crazy.
Like, they were breaking into the college radio and all of that, and that eventually led into the REMs and what we saw Pixies and later alt rock and all that kind of shit. So Hüsker Dü, yeah, absolutely, they're massively influential to the next 20 years of music. I mean, bands that we love, absolutely love them. The guys in Blink love this band. Omar and Cedric from Mars Volta at the Drive-In love this band. They've said that there would be no At the Drive-In had there not been Hüsker Dü. It's just this band is influenced. Nirvana. I mean, just so many fucking amazing bands that were more influential than Hüsker Dü were influenced by Hüsker Dü. So, which is fucking wild to me. It's fucking wild.
And I mean, just compounding on how influential and kind of like cutting edge this band was, right? Bob Mould, openly gay. Heart,
that's another thing
openly bisexual. Like that's fucking crazy. Like you're signed to SST, you're playing the same kind of concerts that Henry Rollins goes to and openly fights fans and gets bottles thrown at him and wants to like kill people and there's blood everywhere and it's highly machismo. And like you really can't be fucking gay at these early 80s punk shows. You just can't. You'll fucking die. And here they are. Like they don't give a shit.
Well, I think like in regards to that, even Bob, he came out and said like he was very private with his life, his personal life, and it wasn't until the early 90s where people started to realize, oh, he's actually gay, and it's cool for punkers to like gay people, and then it made him more open and kind of came out in a way, even though he was kind of already out, and it made him this kind of like gay punker icon, which is really cool too. And then he put out like some documentary like in 2010, like about like he's a self-proclaimed bear, like gay bear, whatever that the subculture is. But he did like some documentary, like he's super proactive in the gay community, which is cool. And I don't know, it's inspiring for like punkers who feel ostracized from I don't know, fucking popular culture and shit like that. Maybe it's not like that much anymore, unless you're in the Midwest.
It's inspiring because it like you don't. it's not like, oh, this is a gay rally and you have to be gay to enjoy these shows. It's more like, no, I just don't have to be a douchebag to enjoy these shows. I can just be a normal fucking person and not go there to fight. And like he was never like outwardly like Elton John about older dude about like being gay, but he never hid it. Like there's countless pictures you can see online where he has his arm around like multiple guys and it's the same guy over and over and over. And I always like think of Rob Halford in these situations. Whenever it really came out when Rob Halford was gay, and he's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I never ate it, but I wore assless chaps for the better part of my career." Like, are you fucking stupid?
That was like the biggest thing was that Judas Priest were the ones to popularize the leather stuff, the spikes, the fucking really kind of leather daddy thing, but never making it sexual. But that's entirely what the Judas Priest image was, or Rob Halford's image was the gay community, and it didn't come out until the 90s when he actually came out officially, like in public, and then people were like, "Oh shit, I was doing a bunch of gay shit in the 70s and 80s."
But he said, "What did you people think I was wearing?
Yeah.
Why did you think I wore leather? I didn't wear leather because it was cool. I wore it because I was gay, because it was fucking funny, and I saw all you people wearing it, and you had no idea."
He's a leather daddy. That's what it is.
Fucking leather. Leather's stupid.
Leather is the worst.
It's my least favorite material. I think corduroy is probably my favorite material.
Corduroy is nice because it's soft.
I like corduroy.
But leather, like it's like instant sweat. Leather sucks. Leather seats are terrible. I hate leather anything. It's awful. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a leather. I'm not like I don't like leather. Yeah. Anyway.
Not a fan. I don't know. This has been a mess.
That's
of an
it.
episode.
That's all we got, dude. We don't have much. And also like even a lot of their lyrics too are very like gender ambiguous, right? So like that should also tell you that these guys aren't your typical like punker. A lot of their songs don't say like he or she. Yeah. It'll say like they, them, or like it, or whatever it is, whatever genderly ambiguous word you can throw in there.
Gender neutral
word you can throw in there. So I don't know. That's cool. I honestly though, like this band, like outside of their music, is not very interesting. No. And I tried to watch the Heart documentary, and I literally got like 10 minutes into it. It's like, fuck, man, this is not interesting at all. You are not interesting people. I am sorry. And you kind of tell, like after this band ceased to exist, like Bob Mole's the only one that did like 20 solo records, but like none of his solo records ever featured like a guest that was like, holy shit, like fuck yeah, you got like, you know, Dave Grohl to go in there and play drums on this. Like it's boring. Mm-hmm. It's just boring. So I don't know.
I mean, Grant Hart put out some records with random bands, and then Greg Norton, the bass player, he joined a band called Porcupine. The band sounds so familiar.
Not Porcupine Tree.
Oh, you're right. That's who I was thinking.
Not
was Porcupine Tree.
Not the badass.
Damn,
no.
I really thought like the prog band Porcupine Tree. Oh, that makes it way less cooler.
Yeah, I know.
Makes
it's
it
not
way
cool
less cooler. Oh,
and I, like even like during my, because I really try to do the degrees of Tom DeLonge. And so sometimes if I can't find it on Wikipedia, I'll go to Discogs and start clicking on shit, because you know, like Discogs has more to the point stuff than Wikipedia usually does, because those people are fucking nerds on Discogs. And I couldn't find anything. I was like, God damn, there's like these guys did like nothing exciting outside of Hüsker Dü's.
And it's not for a lack of trying. Because like with Minutemen, you know, I mean, Mike Watt just didn't care. Like he just did not care. And neither did Georgie Boy. Just didn't really care to do much after Minutemen. But, you know, all three of these guys, especially Hart and Bob, they really tried to do things outside of Hüsker Dü, but nothing ever went anywhere, unfortunately.
I think that also like kind of harkens back to earlier when you said that the Minute Men are just better They're better at their instrument. Musicians, yeah. They're better. Dude, pod talking is hard, dude. They're better instrumentalists.
Don't worry, I've been there the whole episode.
Been there all night. They're better at their instruments than Hüsker Dü's. So, like when Mike Watt could have like ended the Minute Men and just worked a normal job for the rest of his life, he'd have been fine. But people want to work with him. People ask him to be on the record. People ask him to tour with them. They ask him to fill in. It seemed like nobody ever really did that with the Hüsker Dü's. Hüsker Dü's.
Yeah.
And I think that's because like even though I respect you and like you like paved the way, you walked so I could run. Maybe they're just not that good. At their instruments. They're not good musicians.
Yeah, musicians, yeah.
Like, you can still create something that's fucking iconic and legendary and still, like, suck at your instrument, right? Like Tom DeLonge. So, not a big deal. That's fine.
All right, so then let's wrap this up. Let's give our final thoughts on Hüsker Dü, Zen Arcade as well. Just kind of the influence they have on music, and for the fuck of it, let's rate Zen Arcade based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to. 1 is a bad album, but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got? Final thoughts: Hüsker Dü and Zen Arcade. Go.
It's not just for the fuck of it. It's what we do every single time, every single episode.
But SST season
is essentially the same.
SST season, loosey goosey format has really fucked me up this week.
Last week was totally fine. Last week was easy. It was smooth, and we were smooth on this one too until it was just for some reason you took notes on like
I took notes on the wrong thing.
I really did. Or some shit.
We did almost 2 hours on Minutemen last week. And we're barely breaking it.
It wasn't even enough. And it wasn't even enough.
Honestly, yeah. Minutemen was so good. All right.
This is still so good, too. Like, Zen Arcade is still really, really, really fucking good. Like, I don't think this is a 3. I don't think it deserves a 3 musically. I think it probably deserves a 3 for its touch on music, for its touch on punk, for its touch on alt rock, for its reach. It's still great today. Like, it's aged so goddamn well. It still sounds fresh. It still sounds rad. But, it's not perfect. A couple songs you could take out here and there. And I think the over-reliance on the theme and the concept, I think it's a little too aggressive. Not even half of these songs go into, like, the theme of what's happening, the concept of what's going on. But, like, that's fine. I don't really fault it for that. I just take off points because it's not perfect. But I'm very happy with this. I will, and I want this on the vinyls. And I think this should be no less than like a 2.7. I think a 2.7 is fair. I think that's close to a 3, but like I don't think 2.8. I think 2.8 is a little high. 2.7. I think 2.7 is fair. It's pretty fucking good.
For Zen Arcade. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like we mentioned, the band Hüsker Dü, they've been very, very influential for many bands over the years. Like I said, Blink, the guys from Mars Volta at the Drive-In, so many bands, but nobody talks about it. It's also a lot like Minutemen. Nobody really talks about the Minutemen that much unless you bring them up. Hüsker Dü is the same way, but Minutemen were just better. They were just fucking better. But Hüsker Dü were just as influential, for better or worse. Like we mentioned earlier, Circle Jerks, the Group Sex record, highly, highly influential, but extremely one-dimensional.
But it's not even that influential.
But it is. But it's
not. It's literally not. It's literally not.
But it is.
But like you're saying, but it is because like you're just saying you're right. But like punkers that we know and like bands that we talk about, they don't credit Circle Jerks, Group Sex as like the record that made them play punk music. It's never that. It may be like one of the records, but it's never the record. Zen Arcade is the record. Double Nickels is the record. Damage is the record. Milo Goes to College is the record. It is never Circle Jerks.
Fair. Maybe, okay, so maybe with Circle Jerks, going back a little bit, maybe with Circle Jerks, it's more about the image rather than the music itself.
Absolutely, it's about the
because
image.
You have the guy Skank, the guy, the cartoon guy, little animated guy doing the whole skanking it thing. That's the Circle Jerks thing. Every punker kid in as a teenager had that on their jacket or their backpack or whatever fucking thing they're carrying around. But yeah, in the end,
it's the name, it's the album name, it's the image, it's all of it.
But in the end, Zen Arcade, highly influential record. I don't think it's the best punk record. I don't think it's the best thing that mixed hardcore and melodic, because Descendants did it significantly better. Minutemen did it better. So many bands did it better. But even still, I think this is for like the punker kids that wanted to still have like a lot of cool street cred, but they didn't want to go like full pop, so they didn't want to say, "Oh, I like the Descendants. I love Hüsker Dü. I'm gonna be a little pretentious little 16-year-old kid." That's what Hüsker Dü is. Still influential, but for slightly different reasons. With that being said, still a great record. I get it on vinyl. I get Metal Circus on vinyl. I get the first record on vinyl. Everything Falls Apart. 3 things right there. I get on vinyl. crazy good records.
Bada bing, bada boom.
With that though, I think it's a 2.5. 2.5 out of 3. Zen Arcade is a 2.5 out of 3. I think Metal Circus is also a 2.5. I don't think anything they've ever done goes above that. Everything Falls Apart, I'll give it a 2.25 out of 3. But
okay.
In the end, Zen Arcade, I don't think it's the greatest record, in this style of music or in music in general, but it deserves a place in history as extremely influential. So, there you go. Hüsker Dü, Hüsker Don'ts.
What did we give Double Nickels last week? Do you remember?
Fucking, we gave everything perfect.
No, it was not.
No,
perfect.
we did. No, we did.
I don't think it was a perfect.
Dude, I think even the AI generated chapters, I think the last chapter said something about like everything being perfect or some shit like that.
No.
I think we gave Minutemen, I think we gave Minutemen and Double Nickels a perfect 3 out of 3.
I think I'll listen again. We'll just see the end part.
Yeah, I think we did.
Oh.
But I don't know. I guess the dogs
Somebody's
are barking.
home.
Renee's home. So thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. You watch it on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button. Thank you all for listening. And that's it. That's all.
Fucking dogs.